All right, welcome back. Thought I would record one out in the garage again with the garage door open. Got a little sun, which isn't bad. Still a little below freezing here. Smoking a cigar, chilling. Um, Had a couple things that I wanted to kind of discuss, and hopefully the traffic noise doesn't get too bad. But again, this is more of like a I would say like a vlog channel. I wouldn't say a podcast necessarily. Um, but different topics to get into. I don't know if I'm in a position to give a lot of advice, just a lot of experience, uh, advice, experiential advice. That's even a word, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I won't. It's always good to document things, get used to talking in front of a camera, public speaking, whatever it might be. Hone your skill set a little bit. But the big topic I want to talk about here briefly is New Year's resolutions. I'm not one for New Year's resolutions. I really feel like I live a pretty, throughout the year, I do things to try to improve myself, whether it's, through education or physical, mental, right? But one thing I have contemplated here as of late and kind of doing a social experiment per se, would be to eliminate social media. Um, from my own perspective, I know there's a lot of things on the internet about social media detox, which that's cool. I think that's good stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of or deactivate or delete my accounts. Um, but one thing I did do, and I think that I think I'll start out with, is I deleted all the apps on my phone. Now I do have uh, a tablet that has like Instagram or Facebook on it. Um, so I might check that once a day at night, but I'm not, I just felt like I caught myself doom scrolling, looking at, the algorithms play to your what your interests are and stuff like that. So it was just feeding you a lot of information that I wouldn't say which is negative, but it could put you in a different headspace that you don't want to stay in, especially with me recently going through a breakup and liking different reels and things like that associate with that. To help I felt me move on better would be to eliminate social media for that fact. And for the other fact, it's just healthy not to be on your phone all the time, right? That's one thing even before like New Year's, I've contemplated definitely doing. I think this may be the catalyst, this breakup, to kind of do that. And I wouldn't say necessarily go off the grid, but just be less prevalent, right? Snapchat, another one I deleted off my phone. I saw the account, right? So a lot of friends would snap me on there. But they also text me, right? They're good, close friends. They're going to text me. They're going to be like, hey, Wayne, reply to my snap. I haven't got any of that yet. It's been 2 days. Haven't really got any of that. I haven't missed it. Um, I do a lot of things with my family and my daughter, and I tend to feel like I'm oversharing my life a little bit too. And the reasons why I am sharing that stuff is for that dopamine kick, right? That initial high of I'm gonna share it, I'm gonna get some likes, right? But why? Well, I mean, why is that so meaningful to me or to others, right? So it just didn't felt unnatural, right? I need to be in the moment more. I'm going to the Masters this April, part of my birthday and boys trip, right? And you're not even allowed your phone there, I believe. So, that's going to help you kind of enjoy the scenery, take it all in, and just live in the moment, right? Enjoy life. And that's my plan for 2025 is deleting all these apps. Um, so I think it's going to be positive. Smoking a diesel, pretty good. Um, Shut the garage door here in a second, and then let the garage heat back up. And I wanted kind of the natural light for this one, so hopefully camera stays charged and everything. Microphone working all right. We'll find out. So yeah, another thing, yeah, I was sharing on social media, really to look at like stories too, like who's viewing my story, and it really is like, okay, is my ex viewing my story? I want her to view my story. I want to have her view what I'm posting because it may relate to her in some way and get her thinking. Well, that's never going to happen. That's realistically, that's never, you're never they're never going to really reach out like, oh, are you meaning this about me? Unless it was really blunt and you tagged her in something, right? So I didn't feel like that was healthy. That wasn't me being able to move on with my life and look forward. I was looking in the review mirror doing that, and I think it's good to evaluate if that is something that would work for you. And I think for me personally, I think it will work. Help me keep focused. Right, I was bad at scrolling on my phone at night. Last 2 nights, I've actually opened my book, read a couple chapters. Right, trying to get in some better habits. But the big thing, the catalyst was this breakup and me posting things and adding to my story and Snapchat story and showing people what I'm doing was really see if she would look at it. I would get some snaps for some random people, some random girls that I may have dated in the past or have tried to get on dates, and they just looking for attention and me to respond, right? And that will cut that totally off, right? If you want to get a hold of me directly. We got a phone, I have a number, call me, text me. Some may even have my email, my work email, which I'm on all the time, right, for work. So I think that's good. So social experiment one is cutting social media out and seeing how it's going to affect my life. I don't think anybody has said I got rid of social media and or using it all the time, and my life got worse, right? It's usually either stays the same or it probably could get better, right? You get more fulfillment. You're not doing things to please others. You're doing it because you want to do it and you're enjoying what you're doing and the people that you're with in those moments, right? Obviously, I'm still going to take photos, right? Doing things with the kid, doing things with my friends, going out on the lake, going on trips, golf, all that, all your hobbies. I'm still going to document that for my personal self-worth and, having memories down the road, which is good. It went out on me. Oh well. I'll relate it after this. The second thing is startup dating apps again. I think I got back on them a little too soon. I had a pretty good profile. I mean, if somebody wants to know what my profile looks like, I did a video scroll what it looks like. I thought it was pretty in depth. But again, that getting matches, getting the lack of matches, hurting your self esteem on those apps, or it's boosting your self esteem, whichever one you're going to go. You're just always on your phone on apps, swiping, going through pictures, messaging. That's just time consuming. And I'm at the point in my life where I don't feel like I don't need to do that, right? I think even living in a smaller town, hopefully, I think we remain optimistic. You'll eventually meet somebody in cross some paths. These are, you know, being hooked up by a mutual friend, or yet you meet him somewhere else, right? There's some people I've ran into or I've noticed that I should approach. Right, timing isn't been the greatest, but then again, you kind of have to live in the moment, and there may not be ever a perfect time, so you just need to go up and talk to them, start talking to them, right? And I think doing this kind of video too, for myself personally, helps me being a little more better conversationalist, I guess you would say. So I'm not gonna do no dating app experiment. I think Tinder's and Bumble, if you don't pay for your service, no matter how good your profile is, you're still gonna struggle, even in a smaller market. Now, a bigger market may be different. Facebook dating, I've always had pretty good success on, surprisingly, but they like to match you with people that are 50 to 100 miles away, which isn't very good. So I'll update you on my my social experiment with social media is the biggest thing here. Probably maybe at the end of the week. Maybe I'll have another. I have a couple other topics I'm working on, or at least thinking about. Right, I don't really work on anything. I've wrote some stuff out, but for this, give you an update. Give you, whoever reviews this one of these days, at least it gives myself an update, right? Kind of articulate it out. My thoughts in my head sometimes can be better too. So, that's what I got. I'm gonna relight this cigar and shut the garage door, warm up a little bit, and finish off the day. So, um, with that, appreciate the time. See where my clicker went, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.